Information for you this morning on a story we first brought to you last night. The Huntsville Police Citizens Advisory Council held its first listening session to hear from members of the community about the early June protest in downtown Huntsville.
More than 20 people spoke in front of the council last evening to voice their opinions. The vast majority said police acted inappropriately in response to the protests on June 1st and June 3rd, and many argued that the after-action report was also problematic. An attorney representing the council says they will publish materials gathered by both police and citizens in an effort to be as transparent as possible. By the way, the next listening session is scheduled for the morning of August 28th. And joining us right now via Zoom is Jack Sharman. Jack is one of the attorneys for the Huntsville Police Attorneys Advisory Council. Jack, good morning to you.
Good morning.
We know that you were out there at that listening session last night. About 20 people showed up. Take us through that. What happened about the interactions between the council and those that were speaking last evening?
Well, the purpose was to do just that, to listen. The council's first task is to gather facts, but part of that is listening to the community and to both personal experiences and other viewpoints that can be expressed. That's what last night was all about. It really wasn't about the council members or my colleague Liz Huntley and I. It was really about the members of the public who wanted to speak.
And about transparency and fairness as well, as we understand. So could you take us through that process of what happens now after that first listening session and the next one, which is coming in about 2 weeks from now?
Well, there'll be another one on August 28th for people who perhaps didn't have an opportunity to join or speak last night. In parallel with that, of course, we're conducting the normal components that one would expect of a review, gathering documents from relevant agencies, ultimately conducting interviews, and then if it's the council's wish to prepare a report that can help them in any recommendations they make to the city council.
We know there are emotions and there are facts, and sometimes those can get blended together. How can citizens feel that the process is fair to all sides, no matter how you feel about the situation?
Well, the integrity of the investigation is paramount from our view. We've established a website, HuntsvillePoliceReview.com, that is under the control of the council. We are advising the council, not the city or anyone else. And at the end of the day, this will be a very public product with public results. You're quite right that emotions in these situations have an impact on facts, or at least the perception of facts. That's understandable. But our goal is to maintain the integrity of that process and do our job as best we can.
Jack, not everyone can keep track of what's going on in this entire process. We understand there have been some 750 comments, maybe more so far. The listening last night, another listening session comes up. You told us ultimately what is potential there. Could this potentially lead also to some policy changes?
It could. The council does not have itself power to make any changes. It does, though, have authority to make recommendations, and it has been charged to do this review by the city council, which does have those authorities. That's why we're taking this quite seriously, and will continue to do so in what will not be a hasty process. This will take several months.
A very deliberate process. We'll have you back on, Jack, to continue to walk us through the process, all-important process here for the citizens of Huntsville. Jack Sharman, one of the attorneys for the Huntsville Police Citizens Advisory Council. Thanks again for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
The time now is 6:12 on your Thursday morning.